So the Memorial Gardens, they were at the end of the Rob Roy Way, I believe. So from the Rob Roy Way we now head north, out of Pitlochry, first of all to Killiecrankie, then Blair Atholl, and then over the top and down to Kingousey. So I've got to confess, had a little bit of a, checking this signpost here, it's car park, had a little bit of a lazy start this morning. Judah came up last night, so we had a nice evening meal, pretty relaxed morning, and so it's just about past 12 now as I'm setting off. Rucksack definitely feels heavier. I've stocked up with food pretty much to get me through, oh crikey, I don't know, the next 10 to 12 days or so. So I'm feeling that on my back, but spirits are high, spirits are great, and I'm looking forward to this next section. I mean, the thing is, what would you do if you had a house like that? It must be difficult. What room would you sleep in when you've got 15? Some sort of this bridge here, overlooking the Pass Of Killiecrankie, I think it is. Oh, I know it is. It's quite a nice view looking that way. Another bridge down that way. So the river is kind of confined into this little rocky gorge. The bit to Killiecrankie was nice. The bit from Killiecrankie to Blair Atholl, not nice. Lots of this road and not much to see. So let's just head down, I think, for the next hour maybe on this road. I've left Blair Atholl. It was really busy, lots of tourists there. Seems to be an event going on or something, so it was quite lively. But my track now is taking me north up Glen Tilt, following the River Tilt. So I'm just going to try and get as far as I can. I think it's about 4 o'clock. So I'm going to go up the glen until I either feel completely knackered, or I find somewhere nice to pitch, or any other reason. But this is nice, it's just following the river. Yeah, absolutely lovely. So the path up Glen Tilt initially, as you can see, is mainly through some lovely forest. It's great because it's quiet. You can just hear the rush of the River Tilt down to my right. Just listen to the sound of the river all the way down on that lower section of Glen Tilt. You've got the thundering river next to you. Quite something. I've just reached a section now where the glen opens out, so it leaves the confine of that wooded gorge. So I'm just going to enjoy some of the lovely late afternoon and evening views up this glen. It's the morning of day 15. So this is where I got pitched last night, fighting midges and rain. But I've had I don't know, a bit of a weird night's sleep really. Although the pitch looked really flat, I don't know, seems to be a big hump. So yeah, I had a bit of a restless night. But anyway, I've woke up this morning and it is a nice clear morning. Hallelujah. A bit of rain in the night, but at the moment, if you just pan up here, there's some nice blue sky. So I'm going to get off and get moving as quickly as I can because there's some rain probably coming later today. It feels good to be going this morning. It's a lovely morning. There's a bit of an autumnal feel to it. There's a bit of a chill to the air. But it's lovely, clear and crisp. Not, well, it can't be crisp, can it, because it's not frosty, but clear and, oh, you know what I mean, clear. So I'm enjoying this walk now. Today I've got to finish my walk up Glen Tilt, then pass over the top, past a ruined bothy, and then head down Glen Feshie, which I've never been down before. So obviously that's something I'm wanting to see. But Glen Tilt, absolutely lovely. This mountain up to the right is Bynack Lodge. I've got lots of fond memories of Bynack Lodge. It was one of my very early Munros that I did. I did it on a beautiful winter's day. That was crisp. One that lived long in the memory. There it is up there. Oops. So here I am at the beautiful Falls of Taff, in a great setting, this, in a lovely gorge. I've been here before, camped here once with some friends a few years ago, but this never fails to disappoint. Absolutely beautiful. So the bridge that crosses it is called the Belford Bridge, which is named after Francis Belford, who was a young 18-year-old lad who in the 19th century unfortunately lost his life crossing it. So his friends built this bridge. Nice thought. After following quite a narrow glen, it's quite confined on both sides, it's suddenly just opened out here. So a feeling of open spaces. So not too far in, then we get to that bothy. I'm just leaving Mealbury Bothy. What a location that's in. That is such a remote spot. Absolutely in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty hardy if you're going to live there. I don't know if any people lived there, if it was a shepherd's hut, I don't know. But what a location. It's nice just to sit there for a minute listening to the wind in the trees. It's a great sense of peace. Anyway, next section for me is going down to the Geldie burn. And at the Geldie burn, I will turn off this track and make a left. I'm going to follow it up for quite a long way, really to the top of Glen Feshie. I'm having my lunch. Quick brew here, my brew. It's not the most picturesque spot, this. In fact, it's not picturesque at all. What I am doing though, and I do make a point of doing this every time I stop, even if it's just for 10 minutes, is I always try and make sure that I get my feet aired. So there they are. Socks and shoes off. Socks drying. Shoes drying. Insoles drying. Feet drying. Try to keep my feet as dry as I can, so that seems to be working pretty well at the minute. Of course, but the good weather's helping. So, cracking on now after lunch, following the Geldie burn, and then I'm hoping for better things this afternoon. I think things are going to get better this afternoon as we head down into Glen Feshie. As I'm walking along this path this afternoon, I'm just aware of how open the landscape is. I spend a lot of our times, don't we, in enclosed areas, be it our houses, cars, offices. And you get out here, yeah, it's just this huge expanse of openness. I'm very aware of it. And now that the sun's come out as well, I'm just ambling along at a very gentle pace, just letting my mind wander, and it's lovely. Sometimes I'm guilty of what I call fighting the trail, and what I mean by that is, for example, at lunch when I looked at this section, 8 kilometres to the waterfalls, just looked a bit dull, and I thought, oh, okay, that was interesting. For my next trick. So, as I was saying, dear me, must be getting old. As I was saying, sometimes I'm guilty of, like, I was looking at the map after lunch and thinking, 8 kilometres to the waterfall, you know, have a track going through the middle of nowhere, get your head down, get it done as quickly as you can. I call it fighting the trail. And in the last half hour or so, I've just made myself stop, taking my time, so I don't do things like fall over, taking my time, and just looked at the surroundings around me, just enjoyed the surroundings. I mean, look at it, it is absolutely beautiful out here at the minute. So sometimes, yeah, we're all guilty of racing sometimes, aren't we? Just slow down, look what's round, enjoy your surroundings. That's going to be my mantra for the rest of the day. In fact, the rest of the trail, as well as not falling in peat bogs. Those waterfalls were absolutely amazing, lovely those. I'm in the top part of Glen Feshie now, on the main track, on the way down, and I'm going to try and squeeze in, if I can, another 3 or 4 kilometres before the rain comes. The sky's looking a little bit more ominous now. It's definitely turned a bit darker. I'll show you, yeah, definitely a bit darker skies. So I'm just going to try and do a quick 3-4 kilometres and then get pitched. When I get pitched before the rain comes. So it's just started to spit spot rain. So the first pitch I came across, I've put the tent up. Want no risk of getting things wet, putting it up in the wet. Not to do that so far. So yeah, I know I shouldn't pitch under a tree, but it's a nice bit of, first nice bit of ground, though it's all heathery otherwise. So pitch with a bit of character.